Hello there, everybody. This is Alex from Hardcoring Guides, and you're gonna hear a couple clicks. I'm just making sure that everything's up to snuff. I'm gonna turn down my volume here to make sure that all that's kind of good on that side. And all right, so today is going to be, of course, as you can no doubt tell from reading the title of this video, most likely, or at least somewhere, I'm gonna say it. But this is an update to my channel, and I want to go ahead and just say real quick that, don't fret, Hardcoring's not going anywhere. It's not that. This is not going to be one of those update videos or anything, so no fret. Just to give you guys kind of like a TLDR real fast, and then I'll probably explain everything else later, because I'm kind of the person that would rather just hear the point first, and then, if I want to stick around to describe or hear the description of what's going on, then I can stick around for that. So TLDR basically is, essentially, I'm going to take like a little bit of a longer break than I had initially planned. I mean, granted, I did say that I would like to take a month or so off, and I wasn't really planning on taking like 2 months off, but I think I might just try to take more time off till like probably like halfway through June, or maybe like at the end of June or something. So, and of course, if I happen to need more time off, then that would probably be something else I'd probably try to keep updated too. The reason why I'm making a video specifically is because I know how YouTube is with its community posts, and I feel like most people might not actually get to see me actually, talking about that. Also, I am playing this game live, by the way, for those that are wondering. And I kind of want to make a video so that way people can see it be uploaded, especially for, like, people that are newly subbed to my channel. And because there's been, like, a lot of people that have, recently subbed my channel, and I kind of want to keep them updated. And, of course, all the loyal fans of my channel, of course, as well, to make sure that they're all pristinely updated. And just pretty much everybody and everything, practically. So, yeah, the reason why I plan on taking off a month was... Well, I should say the reason why I want to take off a month at the beginning, in general, take that break, was so I can kind of work on my art stuff for a bit. And real quick, I'm going to go ahead and just say, in the description below, you can find my other art pages that I do. And do keep in mind that they are, for the most part, not safe for work. So, kind of, sort of, ish. Basically, just... Yeah, just be fair warned that, either YouTube or whatever might not particularly like it, but that's okay. Granted, if you don't have an account, you pretty much can't see that stuff anyway, so it's fine. But, yeah. And then on my other channel, I've been doing stuff too. And I don't want anybody to think, like, I'm quitting Hardcorian so I can essentially work on my other main channel, as I call it, which is TurdMonkey1497 here on YouTube. It's not that I want to specifically just work on TurdMonkey or anything of that sort. It just ended up happening to kind of align with my break, and I was like, you know what? I want to do some videos on this channel. Not Let's Plays, but just videos. Because I do Let's Play stuff on my other channel, and now it's kind of dumbed down a little bit. Or at least it's gone down in terms of Let's Plays. Also, my talking is very bad, because this is why I don't do live commentary, because I cannot just seem to get the words to come out when I need them to come out. I can't just focus on what I need to say. So if my train of thought kind of goes off the rails, feel free to tell me in the comments if something didn't make any sense, because I tend to do that quite often. I just tend to say something and then completely forget about what I said or what I was talking about. So, yeah, if you want to see more of my stuff and try to keep up with me, then I have another channel, of course. Like I said before, I do not currently have any more channels than just these two. There is no crazy, weird, collab channel or anything like that going on. So, of course, if you want to find my collab channels that I've been a part of before, you can find them on my main channel. And you can go to the channels list down there, and you can find them there. But those are mostly just kind of old and from the past, essentially. Things aren't the way they used to be. So, just saying. I don't want to get into, like, sad stuff. I'm just saying in general that collab channels just don't really tend to work out very well. That's enough about those. So, again, other things that kind of led to me wanting to take a break besides just doing art or focusing on my art stuff, was essentially just like a bunch of other adult responsibility things that are coming along and like every week seems to be just kind of jam-packed with something else to do, and so I kind of want to focus on that. And when I do come back for Hardcore, I'll probably try to trim down the amount of times that I upload, or at least try to make it to where I don't just upload like every single day again like I used to. That will probably, I'll try to make that another stationary thing again, is try to spread out my guides a little bit more when I do come back, of course. And that's the third thing I guess I could say about Hardcore that kind of made me want to take a break, was the fact that I realized that I was starting to become addicted to it again. I was starting to become addicted to either just playing games on hard, or at the very least addicted to like uploading videos and having those, be done. Like that feeling of finishing something, that feeling of accomplishing something is very strong with me, and I typically tend to kind of just go a little too far and then just continue to do it, continue to upload more and more and more, and then it just kind of just makes it to where it's my entire life at that point, and that's not what I want. I don't want to be a completely full YouTuber. I don't mind having a YouTube channel, of course, but I don't want to be like a, like just stuck in the YouTube realm. I kind of want to spread my wings and do other things, and of course, like I said, adult responsibilities, which none of them are bad. It's just literally just like, go pay for this, go fix this, go pay for that, go fix that. It's just constant with adulting, but that's just how it is. So I want to take care of that stuff as fast as I can and get things kind of taken care of. And then sometime, like, around the end of like July, I do plan on going on vacation, and maybe I'll probably let people know by then, I don't know. But yeah, there is a vacation plan that's going on, so got big plans for that stuff too, and I gotta kind of figure things out. And I assume that most likely, people that are watching this video would no doubt understand. It's just I'm kind of worried about like either new people kind of showing up and just wondering why the hell this guy doesn't upload, or if there's even a chance that maybe some of my legacy subscribers might be wondering the same thing too, where it's like, well, you kind of just left without any sort of say. There's just nothing here. But I did make a YouTube community post, but they typically don't tend to kind of be very good at giving information. So this is why this, of course, video exists. Now, whether or not this particular video is going to stay up when I do come back, I don't know. I tend to kind of delete update videos. Sometimes I don't. It really just kind of depends. So we'll see. That's basically just neither here nor there. And back on topic to the addicting problem, I didn't specifically go into it too much, but I have this issue where, like I said, where if I'm doing like a guide or whatever and I happen to finish said guide, it makes me feel good, and I want that again every time, and that feeling of progress, also feels good every time, and then it just sticks with you. It sticks inside your brain. And it makes you just want to continue to do it, and then, again, it becomes an issue. I have like a sort of like an addictive nature to things. I wouldn't say like, I'm addicted to everything. It's just typically these small amounts of strange things that give me like an accomplished feel, so to speak. It's not like I'm addicted to alcohol or anything like that. It's just the addiction comes from like finishing something and being done with things, and moving on to other things, and what have you. Greener pastures, so to speak. Although, in this case, I wouldn't say that I'm going to greener pastures. It's just more so like I'm literally gonna, kind of just hunker down for a bit longer, and just kind of, do what I gotta do. So, again, nothing wrong with anybody on the channel. There's nothing wrong with the channel itself. I don't want anybody to think that or whatever. I don't want to scare anybody, and because like as soon as you see like the words update video, you might be thinking, oh god, here we go. This is not gonna be a good one. So keep in mind that this is not an update video about YouTube getting deleted. And more than likely, I'll try not to clickbait in the title. I'm not gonna probably write a title that says something like, "Oh my gosh, YouTuber quits," or something stupid like that. It's just gonna probably be flat out telling you, probably in the title, most likely. I'll try to make this video as TLDR as I possibly can. so you don't have to listen to me rag on about like a million zillion things. So most likely, you know, in either description or even possibly in the title itself, I might say something along the lines of like, you know, update, taking a bit longer break, and that'll basically be it. So I don't want to confuse anybody. I don't want anybody to get scared. I definitely don't want anybody to get clickbaited, because that's not my nature. So yeah, as a person who does guides, that is not my nature. Now, in terms of other things that's been going on, I don't remember if I mentioned this or not, but this might be a good place to mention it. I have now acquired, well, it was, you know, months ago by now, I have acquired Ninja Gaiden Black, and I've also acquired Ninja Gaiden 2, the OG Ninja Gaiden 2, and I also do have a physical copy of Ninja Gaiden 3, but that one's rough. That one's rough to play. I don't feel like I'm probably ever really going to do a guide of it that I know of. But just wanted to say that this is just a, you know, an if, maybe, possibly in the future, who knows, if it ever comes down to it. I just want to give you guys a heads up that, you know, maybe one day, for those that like my Ninja Gaiden content, I might end up doing Ninja Gaiden Black. I do actually have the original Ninja Gaiden, but Xbox One does not have backwards compatibility for it for some bizarre reason. So I'm just going to have to stick with Black. I have both the original Ninja Gaiden, the original Black, and then that. In terms of, like, you know, the rebooted series, not the OG NES ones, which I do actually have, not physically, but I do actually have a couple of them somewhere. I forget where I have them at, but I do have them somewhere. And yeah, that might be a future project that might happen. But in terms of projects that I do plan on returning to when I do come back, I would like to come back and do God of War Chains of Olympus. I essentially promised that I was going to do that. And I feel like it's my obligation to do that. I feel like, you know, I kind of consider myself the God of War guy, so I kind of want to give the community pretty much what they kind of asked for, you know, or in this case probably didn't ask for it, but hey, you know, I think a lot of people tend to kind of like my God of War stuff, so I kind of like them too. And I want people to see more of it, basically. And I'll continue to do God of War. And then I think after God of War, the plan is to potentially tackle possibly X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then maybe at some point tackle, I would say, Deadpool, and possibly even DMC Reboot. And I've mentioned this a million times, but DMC 4 would be nice to do, but I seem to struggle nowadays with DMC 4 more than I used to. So the idea right now is either just get to a point where I get way better and way more presentable, for me at least, to be more presentable of, you know, of the game, and go from there, or whatever, you know, because the thing I'm having trouble with right now is I'm trying not to die. I'm trying not to use gold orbs, because I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of having a guide, if most of the guide is surrounded by, like, well, if you die and you got a gold orb, then you're fine, you know, so, yeah. And then, of course, when it comes to the other DMC games, I hate to admit it, but they're quite difficult. And I've never really been, like, the best at it. Sorry for the vibration. I turned it off, but, you know, the game told me I guess I didn't, so if you heard the vibration, I apologize. But, yeah, DMC games, I like them, but I suck at them a lot, and that's going to take a while, and I'd have to be in the mood to kind of learn them and to kind of play them and get used to them and what have you, of course. But for right now, I'd say look toward God of War and look toward seeing a guide for potentially X-Men Wolverine. So, because that's a fun game. I like that game a lot, and I hope most people do too. And in terms of anything else I can probably talk about right now, I don't have anything on top of my head. Besides, like I said, I have a lot of creative things I want to do instead of just making videos. So that's part of the reason why I'm kind of initially taking the break for so long. Anyway, oh, something else I do want to say. I like fighting games a lot, and I've been working on the new fighting game that came out, and this might make some people cringe, but Idle Showdown came out, and it's, of course, you know, a fighting game about VTubers, but I like fighting games a lot. I like fighting games a lot, and I like, you know, hard games a lot, so kind of coincide a bit. and I've been working on like trying to make guides for those characters. And the reason why they're not made in Hardcore because it just wouldn't really make any sense. Basically, it's hard to explain, but I somewhat kind of got the idea of wanting to do a guide because of, a YouTube comment on the other channel when I had uploaded my combo stuff, and I just wanted to give, said comments like, hey, I'll throw you one on this channel. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, or fighting game stuff, or just, even possibly watching me live stream every once in a while, go check out my main channel, of course, TurdMonkey1497. It should be in the description below, so just, go to the bottom of it and you can find it there. And other stuff I've been doing, I've been trying to take a break from doing Let's Plays as well, alongside just doing guides on Hardcorean. But I have been trying to, like, focus on, like, other things on the other channel. Like I just mentioned earlier, like, other guides that... They're not hard mode guides, they're just character guides. So, please don't get jealous, Hardcoreans. I guess I can call you guys that, possibly, I don't know. I don't have a good name for that, but just, don't worry, it's got nothing to do with, like, quitting Hardcorean channel itself, or anything like that. Like, I'm not quitting one channel of guides to make guides for something else. It's just more so, like, that's just the unfortunate thing that happened to come out during the time that I was taking my break, and I was like, you know what, I want to take advantage of the situation, and make fighting game guide stuff for a little while. Not every day, but, just every once in a blue moon, whenever I get the chance to. And that's just essentially what happened with Air. And like I said, I've been doing live streams every once in a while, and they're relatively inconsistent, so I wouldn't rely on my live streaming too much. I know I've been asked before on this channel if I was ever going to live stream on this channel, and the answer to that is kind of no, sort of. I've never really wanted to do a live stream on this channel because I feel like it wouldn't make too much sense to do. Only in the reason that I feel like my other channel is good enough for it already. And I tend to kind of just like to play games that are, I wouldn't say obscure, but just kind of not hard games. And I kind of want to leave Hardcorean to just that. Now, granted, you could also say, like, well, why not just, do, like, I don't know, like a Master Ninja run or something on this channel. And I have thought about that before, but like I said, to me, I've kind of gotten used to doing it on Turd Monkey at this point, that it just feels more at home there, and I'm very anal about how I do Hardcorean stuff. I'm very anal about keeping things kind of organized. And kind of sort of off topic, but I guess back on topic towards guides, I would say. What other games do I plan on continuing? Like, what other franchises do I plan on continuing? Well, like, for the most part, I want to get as much as I can out of a franchise as I possibly can. But, because we're coming back with God of War. But when it comes to God of War, I probably don't plan on doing, like, the mobile game or anything like that. So, I wouldn't look forward to that one. But other games, I've mentioned, somewhere, I think, at least in my About section before, that I want to come back and do Metal Gear Rising again. Will I ever do the other Metal Gear games? I don't know. Typically, for me, when it comes to doing a guide, it's typically based on my mood at the time and just kind of what I just in generally like. So I'm not like the biggest hard mode YouTuber or anything like that, but I just kind of do what I feel like. One day I would like to do Paper Mario. That'd be kind of fun. Like do a badge only, BP only run thing. That'd be kind of neat one day. Luigi's Mansion 3 would be nice. I'm probably going to skip out on 2 because I don't want to do, like, mobile stuff, and I don't want to emulate games to do guides of, essentially. And then for Pikmin, I've considered doing it myself. I'm just going to flat out just say that now, just so people understand where that lies. I've considered doing it myself, but I have to actually learn how to play Pikmin 3 in order for that to happen. So, yeah. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Because it's just easier to kind of do things yourself. It makes things way easier to kind of have everything up and running, practically. Because, I'm the only one that basically kind of knows what I want out of a YouTube channel. So, and then other franchises I might have started before, I'm trying to think on the top of my head. Ninja Gaiden is essentially kind of done-ish. There might be the occasional or possibility of Yaiba, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Yaiba. I just think it's kind of a little too janky for me. It's just not enough. And then if I ever want to do like Ninja Gaiden 3, I don't know about that one either. BioShock 2 Minerva's Den DLC, I don't know. Maybe one day. There's also the chance of like BioShock Infinite's DLC stuff, like Burial at Sea stuff. These are all just big giant I don't knows. Typically, the way I handle guides of a series is usually within like the trilogy or the quadrilogy. So if I ever happen to do Uncharted, you know, it would be nice to do Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. I would love to do them, of course, by the way. It would be nice to kind of like finish them off 1, 2, and 3, and then maybe one day possibly do like, I don't know, 4. But I'm not a big fan of 4, but there's that chance, you know. It'd be nice to finish on that, but on 3, but it would also be nicer to finish on 4 and probably skip, you know, Golden Abyss because it's essentially a mobile game, so it's a handheld game practically, and I want to kind of skip on that stuff just to make my life on hardcore a little bit easier. But other than that, I don't think I have much left to talk about. I don't want to make you guys sit through this entire fight, and I don't want to sit through it either right now. And I know BioShock's my favorite game, but I have all right to not want to play anymore right now. I don't feel like it. I'm also playing on Switch, by the way, so for those that are wondering, I recently bought this one on Switch because I have no self-control. I just end up buying games constantly, and one day at some point we'll probably end up buying it on Xbox. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm sorry for the 20-minute video. Like I said, I'll try to keep this as TLDR as possible in terms of, you know, not watching this video, like outside of watching this video, for those that, you know, don't want to watch the full video, that you can get the context beforehand. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for understanding, and I will be back. I'm not exactly 100% sure when, but I would say maybe possibly look toward like midway through June, maybe near the end of June, more than likely. I need more time to work on other stuff that I want to kind of get done. And if you want to keep up with me, you have my main channel, and then on top of that, you also have I'm trying to think, the community posts. So just check the community tab every once in a while. And I don't know if I should probably shout out my friend's channel or not. I don't know if he's gonna kill me for that. I don't know, because he's the one that initially did Pikmin's before. But the problem with shouting out his channel is he might end up deleting his channel. I'm not even trying to make like a snarky remark. I'm being genuinely honest that I have no idea what his main channels are anymore. So there's no real reason, there's no real true way for me to plug in his channel. But if you do want to find, I'll try to go find his specific channel to use. I might not plug it in on the description, but I might, I don't know. I'll probably put in the description, and then on top of that, I'll probably have to put in my channel page again. Whenever I find the actual true right one that would be best to use. So I apologize for that. Of course, you know, if he's watching this or whatever, then oops. I don't know which one to use. I don't know which one's the main one anymore. It's confusing as shit. So I think I have an idea, but yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope to return, and doing this video kind of makes me excited to kind of return, and that's already a scary thought. I'm trying to kick the YouTube bug as hard as I can, so that way I don't get addicted to doing these. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this. So as always, take care, everybody.